Hello, and welcome to iChan News. This video allows you to listen to 10 real-world news stories and online reactions in English. Today, we will cover the following topics. Ken Watabe makes self-deprecating joke on Good Couple Day at V League ceremonial first serve. Yuzu cancels 3 Asian concerts amid political tensions. Japan warns of yellow sand influx after holiday weekend. Japan refutes China's crime claims with statistics, gains US support. Android's Quick Share gets a revamp with a new AirDrop-like universal UI. Japan considers 2-to-1 toilet ratio to eliminate women's restroom lines. Italian government condemns fake carbonara at EU Parliament as culinary crime. 119 microplastic particles found per liter of snow on Mount Fuji summit, with up to 14,000 in Arctic snow. Direct observation of altermagnetic domains in manganese-2 telluride via X-ray circular dichromism advances. Next-gen spintronics. Fuji Soba chain orders store to remove inappropriate sign asking tourists to avoid lunch rush. First, I will present 10 real news stories in English. I will then introduce excerpts from message boards and social media in Japan and abroad that show online reactions to the news. At the end of the video, I will explain key phrases used in the news with example sentences. Now, let's get started. Our first topic is Ken Watabe makes self-deprecating joke on Good Couple Day at V League ceremonial first serve. On November 22, 2025, Ken Watabe, a 53-year-old member of the comedy duo Josh, appeared as a guest at a pre-match event for the V League Men's East Division. The match took place at Hokoga's Arena Sapporo 46 between the Hokkaido Yellow Stars and the Chiba Dots. Watabe performed the ceremonial first serve. The Hokkaido Yellow Stars ultimately won the match in a straight sets victory, 3-0. It was reported to be Watabe's first time watching a live volleyball match. During the ceremonial first serve, his first attempt failed, but he succeeded on his second. After watching the game from near the court, he commented on the power of the plays, stating, "The sense of realism is incredible." The date, November 22nd, is known as Good Couple Day in Japan due to wordplay. Regarding his invitation on this particular day, Watabe, who is married to 37-year-old actress Nozomi Sasaki, joked to the crowd, "To invite me on Good Couple Day, you're completely making fun of me, right?" Which drew laughter from the audience. Furthermore, in a talk show, he continued to use his own scandal as self-deprecating humor, listing 3 secrets to a happy marriage: not to lie, not to keep secrets, and not to have an affair, livening up the event. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Good Couples Day with Watabe. Irony level max.
Good Couples Day pitch, followed by an apology gag on Knob Rock TV, is peak cringe.
Pitching a strike today? Hoping he doesn't strike out at home again.
The next topic is Yuzu cancels 3 Asian concerts amid political tensions. The popular Japanese music duo Yuzu announced on November 22, 2025, that they have canceled all 3 upcoming concerts of their Asia tour. The canceled performances were scheduled for Hong Kong on December 3rd, Shanghai on December 6th, and Taipei on December 8th. On their official website, the reason for the cancellation was stated only as unavoidable circumstances, with no further details provided. The concerts were planned for large hall and arena-sized venues, each expecting several thousand attendees. This decision comes at a time of heightened political tension between Japan and China. The situation escalated after Japanese Prime Minister Sane Takaichi stated on November 7th that a Taiwan contingency could become a situation that threatens Japan's survival, which drew a strong protest from the Chinese government. Following this, on November 15th, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a notice advising its citizens to refrain from traveling to Japan for the time being, claiming that social security has become unstable and that crimes targeting Chinese nationals have frequently occurred. This advisory could significantly impact Japan's tourism industry, as Chinese tourists accounted for over 20% of foreign visitors in 2025, with about 7.5 million visiting by September. A Kyoto News poll from November 15 to 16 showed that Prime Minister Takaichi's cabinet approval rating was 69.9%, with 48.8% of respondents supporting her stance on the Taiwan issue, while 44.2% did not. Although the artists have not confirmed a direct link, the timing of the cancellations has led to speculation that the decision was influenced by the worsening diplomatic relations. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
After scallops, it's yuzu.
Imagine a world where even yuzu gets cancelled by politics.
China really afraid of citrus fruits now?
The next topic is Japan warns of yellow sand influx after holiday weekend. Weather information company WeatherMap announced on November 22, 2025, that there is a risk of yellow sand, known as kosa, reaching Japan from Tuesday, November 25th, to Wednesday, November 26th, following a 3-day holiday weekend. The forecast warns of poor visibility and potential health effects, particularly for a wide area from western to eastern Japan. Expected impacts include reduced visibility that may require drivers to use headlights, as well as dust settling on cars, outdoor equipment, and laundry. Yellow sand is a phenomenon where dust particles from deserts in inland China and Mongolia, such as the Gobi Desert, are carried thousands of kilometers by prevailing westerly winds at high altitudes. According to long-term data from the Japan Meteorological Agency, 1991 to 2020, kosa is typically observed in Japan on about 10 days per year, with most occurrences concentrated in the spring months of March and April. In the spring of 2025, a large-scale yellow sand event was also recorded. Weather News reported on May 7th that a belt of sand had reached the Kyushu and Shikoku regions, with forecasts issued for a wide area of western Japan through May 8th. The sand particles are typically several micrometers, micro-m, in size and contribute to an increase in the atmospheric concentration of particulate matter, including PM10, particles 10 micrometers or less in diameter, and PM2.5, 2.5 micrometers or less. This poses a risk to individuals with respiratory conditions such as asthma and bronchitis. Japan's environmental standard for the daily average of PM2.5 is set at 35 micrograms per cubic meter. During past yellow sand events, some areas have reported exceeding this standard. Consequently, for the upcoming event on November 25 to 26, authorities are advising the public to wear masks and take precautions when outdoors. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Yellow sand, crossing after holidays, like commuters on Shinjuku line.
Can't even get through holidays without sand invading. Life is suffering.
This is why I stay indoors. Sand's too OP.
The next topic is Japan refutes China's crime claims with statistics, gains U.S. support. On November 15, 2025, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs urged its citizens to avoid traveling to Japan, claiming that Social Security has become unstable and crimes targeting Chinese people have occurred frequently. In response, Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs officially refuted these claims by November 22nd, presenting statistics from the National Police Agency. The data showed that the number of serious crimes, such as murder, robbery, and arson, with Chinese victims has not increased. For the period of January to October 2025, there were 28 such cases, a decrease from 35 cases during the same period in the previous year. Specifically, there were 48 cases in 2023 and 45 in 2024. Based on this data, the ministry stated there is no evidence of a frequent occurrence of incidents this year, and the Chinese assertion of rising safety risks is incorrect. This diplomatic dispute occurs amid heightened tensions, partly due to Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's comments regarding a potential Taiwan contingency. Despite this, her cabinet maintains a high approval rating of 69.9%. The United States has expressed support for Japan. On November 22nd, U.S. Ambassador to Japan, George Glass, described China's travel advisory and its recent ban on Japanese seafood imports as typical economic coercion that undermines regional stability. He reaffirmed the unshakable support for the U.S.-Japan alliance and its commitment to Japan's defense, including the Senkaku Islands. The Japanese government also highlighted that intrusions by China Coast Guard vessels into territorial waters around the Senkaku Islands have been increasing, with 39 incidents recorded in 2024. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Japan's public safety deteriorating? Honestly, it is being threatened. But I'd like them to secure law and order first before saying that. MOFA flatly denied China's statement on X with data, saying such a claim is unfounded. #Yahoo News.
When the Chinese government talks about Japan's public safety deterioration, it's mostly caused by Chinese people coming to Japan, so they're the ones exporting the troublemakers.
Reply: shouldn't China have to present evidence for this Japan's public safety is deteriorating thing? Most of their claims so far have had way too little proof.
The next topic is Android's Quick Share gets a revamp with a new AirDrop-like universal UI. Google has been rolling out a new user interface for Quick Share, the wireless file sharing feature for Android, since an update on September 2nd, 2025. According to the tech news site Android Central, this update expands the new Quick Share design, which was originally introduced in Samsung's One UI 8, to other Android smartphones, including Google's Pixel devices. As a result, the UI that was once exclusive to certain Galaxy models is now being distributed across the entire Android ecosystem. The new UI features a full-screen interface with two main tabs, Send and Receive. The Send tab incorporates the standard OS file picker. When multiple files are selected, a preview is displayed before sending, allowing users to visually confirm which files they are sharing. The device name is also shown prominently at the top of the screen, with organized sections below it, such as Send to your devices and Send to nearby devices. A new Sharing with You section has also been added to list the devices you are currently sharing with. Android Central explains that this redesign is a further step in the 2024 integration of Google's Nearby Share and Samsung's Quick Share, which aimed to unify the feature under the Quick Share brand across all Android devices. As of November 2025, no official interoperability specification has been announced to allow direct file transfers between iOS's AirDrop and Quick Share. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
People who were about to reluctantly buy an iPhone just because it has AirDrop can now use AirDrop even on Android. So doesn't that mean there's no reason left to buy an iPhone for AirDrop?
I never really felt frustrated that I couldn't use it from Android, but having more options is important, eh? iPhone, right pointing arrow, Android. Now, okay, file sharing just got way more convenient thanks to AirDrop and quick share integration. Neatiful.
If this finally kills off those conversations like, let's AirDrop, I can't. I'm on Android. Say, this is why Android is trash. So useless. That would be hype.
The next topic is Japan considers 2-to-1 toilet ratio to eliminate women's restroom lines. According to an article by Ukiyo Journal published on September 13, 2025, the Japanese government has initiated a full-scale review of toilet installation standards under the Building Standards Act to address the persistent problem of long queues for women's restrooms in public spaces. The article identifies the structural cause of these queues, noting that traditional standards are based on an equal number of male and female users. This creates a disparity, as men's rooms include urinals while women's do not, leading to fewer available stalls for women. Additionally, women's average usage time is longer due to various factors, including touching up makeup, menstrual care, and accompanying children. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism is considering a new standard that mandates a higher number of toilets for women, with a specific proposal of a 2-to-1 ratio of female to male toilets. The revision will prioritize high-traffic facilities such as large event venues and train stations, and the government is planning demonstration projects with local municipalities. Ukiyo Journal points out that Japan has lagged behind international trends, such as the potty parity laws in many U.S. states and policies in South Korea and Taiwan that have increased the proportion of women's toilets for tourism purposes. The review will also need to address challenges like increased construction costs, the difficulty of retrofitting existing buildings, and ensuring compatibility with barrier-free toilets for the elderly and disabled. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
I hadn't made this public until now, but after checking 941 locations, even when you compare just stalls, women's stalls are only 1.79 times men's. Hashtag toilet gender gap. Hashtag only women's toilets have lines.
Women should be angrier. Why do only women's toilets have lines? They checked 941 restrooms and found a gender gap in fixture counts. If you're going to get angry over this, it's just going to trigger a big backlash from the male side.
Lines only at women's toilets are basically the stalls just don't open up problem too. People are even like, what are they doing in there? How do you all spend your time inside the stall?
The next topic is Italian government condemns fake carbonara at EU Parliament as culinary crime. According to a CNN Japan report on November 21, 2025, a jarred pasta sauce labeled carbonara, produced by the Belgian food company Delhaize, has ignited a controversy in Italy. The product was being sold in a shop within the European Parliament in Brussels. The sauce's label indicated it was made with smoked pancetta and featured a creamy consistency. This contradicts the traditional recipe for carbonara, which, according to Italian culinary standards, must use guanciale, cured pork cheek, pecorino and grana cheeses, egg yolks, and pepper. The use of pancetta or cream is widely considered inauthentic. Italy's Minister of Agriculture, Francesco Lollobrigida, reacted strongly, calling the product a culinary crime in a Facebook post on November 18, 2025, and demanding an immediate investigation. This issue is especially sensitive as Italy is currently seeking UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage status for its national cuisine, with a decision expected in December 2025. Lollobrigida expressed concern that such Italian-sounding products could undermine the authenticity of Italian food and negatively impact the UNESCO bid. Following the complaint, the European Parliament shop removed the product from its shelves. The Italian Agricultural Association, Coldiretti, noted that imitation versions of other Italian products like mozzarella, salami, and pesto are common in foreign markets. The group warned that using Italian flags, Italian-sounding names, or images of Italian landmarks on packaging could be considered misleading under EU labeling laws. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
The real carbonara police?
Italians angrier about pasta than football losses. SMH.
Carbonara gatekeeping level maximum.
The next topic is 119 microplastic particles found per liter of snow on Mount Fuji summit, with up to 14,000 in Arctic snow. A study conducted on the summit of Mount Fuji at an altitude of approximately 3,776 meters has revealed the presence of microplastics in fresh snow. On average, 119 microplastic particles were detected per liter of snow. The same research also analyzed the air above the summit by pumping it, confirming the continuous presence of plastic particles, albeit at low concentrations of 0.06 to 0.19 particles per cubic meter of air. The detected particles were mostly around 10 micrometers in size, and various types of polymers were identified, including polyethylene, polyethylene terephthalate, PET, and polypropylene. Researchers suggest that many of the microplastics found in the snow and atmosphere of Mount Fuji were transported over long distances from urban and industrial areas in Japan and East Asia by westerly winds. They point out that the summit acts as a deposition point for widespread air pollutants. In contrast, a study on Arctic snow, published in 2019, reported significantly higher concentrations. Snow samples collected in European regions, such as northern Germany and the Swiss Alps, contained an average of about 24,600 microplastic particles per liter equivalent. Even snow collected around the Arctic Ocean showed an average of about 1,800 particles, with some samples containing up to approximately 14,000 particles. These results quantitatively demonstrate that microplastic pollution, transported through the atmosphere, has reached remote areas far from human activity, including high-altitude mountain regions in Japan over 3,000 meters and the Arctic. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Mount Fuji nerfed by microplastics. Earth met a broken IF.
Even the Arctic DLC getting plastic updates. Ugh.
Mount Fuji now officially part of Plastic Edition.
The next topic is direct observation of altermagnetic domains in manganese-2 telluride via X-ray circular dichroism advances next-gen spintronics. A research group at Tohoku University, led by Assistant Professor Hiroto Suzuki, has developed a new method to observe previously hard-to-distinguish magnetic domains in manganese telluride, manganese-2 telluride, single crystals. Manganese-2 telluride is a representative example of an altermagnet, a material that has zero net magnetization but possesses a spin-polarized band structure. This property allows for ultra-high-speed operation in the terahertz range, with less magnetic leakage than traditional ferromagnetic materials, making altermagnets promising for next-generation spintronics devices like memory and logic elements. The team used a technique called resonant inelastic X-ray scattering, RIXS, with circularly polarized X-rays. By precisely measuring the difference in scattering intensity between right and left circularly polarized light, a phenomenon called circular dichroism, they successfully identified different magnetic domains within the manganese 2 telluride crystal. Specifically, they directed the X-rays onto the crystal and mapped the variations in crystal symmetry for each domain based on the scattered light's angular dependence. A paper on this achievement, Circular Dichroism in Resonant Inelastic X-ray Scattering, Probing Ultramagnetic Domains in Manganese 2 Telluride, was published in Asterisk Physical Review Letters on November 6, 2025. This technique, which visualizes the internal magnetic structure with high resolution, is expected to significantly contribute to the design and understanding of ultra-low power, high-speed spintronic components and next-generation non-volatile memory. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Tohoku University, buff in memory tech, Japan future-proof confirmed?
Finally, my anime folder gets advanced storage tech.
This tech gonna remember my mistakes better than my ex.
The last topic is Fuji Soba chain orders store to remove inappropriate sign asking tourists to avoid lunch rush. In mid-November 2025, a sign posted at a Nadai Fuji Soba standing soba noodle shop in Tokyo became a topic of debate after a photo of it was shared on social media. The notice, written in English and other languages, requested that tourists refrain from visiting during the busy lunch period between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. The text explains that the restaurant becomes extremely crowded during these hours and asked for cooperation. The posting led to a divided public reaction online. Some users expressed support, viewing it as a reasonable measure to ensure that local workers could get their meals during their limited lunch breaks. Others, however, criticized the sign as discriminatory for specifically targeting and restricting a particular group, namely foreign tourists. In response to inquiries from media outlets such as JCast News, the operating company clarified its position. It stated that the sign was not created based on instructions from the headquarters, but was a decision made by the staff at that specific store. The company's management deemed the expression impolite and potentially misleading to customers and ordered the store to remove the sign immediately. Furthermore, the headquarters affirmed that it has no policy to restrict tourists from its establishments. It stated that singling out customers by nationality or attribute goes against company principles, even if the intention was to alleviate crowding. To prevent similar issues, the company announced that any such notices will require prior approval from the headquarters in the future. Regarding this news, here's what people are saying online.
Huge luggage gets in the way and they loiter forever.
Wonderful response.
Prioritizing local regulars is totally fine.
Before we go, let's review the key phrases from today's news that you can use. Self-deprecating humor. Despite being a famous actor, he often uses self-deprecating humor in interviews. Unavoidable circumstances. The flight was canceled due to unavoidable circumstances related to the weather. Poor visibility. The ferry service was suspended due to poor visibility caused by thick fog. Refute a claim. The company issued a statement to refute the claim that its products were unsafe. Interoperability. The new software update improves interoperability between different devices and platforms. Lag behind. The country is lagging behind its competitors in developing renewable energy technology. Undermine the authenticity. Spreading false rumors can undermine the authenticity of a historical account. Over long distances. Migratory birds are capable of flying over long distances without stopping. Be promising for. The new drug is promising for the treatment of various types of cancer. A divided public reaction. The government's new policy on taxation received a divided public reaction. That's all for today's Ichon News. Thank you for practicing with us today. What do you think about the news? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow.